The crying began before the plane even left the gate. It was the sharp, relentless wail of a baby who would not be soothed, bouncing off the narrow cabin walls and drilling into every passenger's patience. People shifted in their seats, exchanged looks, sighed loudly. A woman 3 rows back muttered, "Oh no," as if she'd just been handed a life sentence at 30,000 feet. In first class, Adrian Blackwood stared straight ahead, jaw clenched. Adrian Blackwood, tech billionaire, CEO, man whose name made boardrooms go silent, had faced hostile takeovers, government investigations, and markets collapsing overnight. None of it compared to this. His son, Oliver, 6 months old, was screaming as if the world itself had betrayed him. The nanny had tried everything. Rocking, a bottle, a pacifier, a toy giraffe that had cost more than most people's rent. Nothing worked. Oliver's face was red, tiny fists clenched, lungs working overtime. "I'm so sorry, sir," the nanny whispered, panic creeping into her voice. "He never does this." Adrian didn't answer. He felt every pair of eyes on him. He could buy silence, influence, comfort, but not this. Not now. Not on a commercial flight where wealth meant nothing against the laws of gravity and infant misery. The flight attendant approached with a strained smile. "Is there anything we can do?" Adrian shook his head. "No." In economy, near the back of the plane, Lena sat with her hands folded in her lap, listening. She wore a faded gray hoodie and sneakers with worn soles. Her backpack rested at her feet, holding everything she owned. A change of clothes, a notebook, and a photograph folded so many times the creases were soft as fabric. She noticed the baby's cry immediately, not as noise, but as pain. Lena had grown up with sounds like that. Her mother's apartment had always echoed with them. Hunger cries, fever cries, the cries of babies who needed more than the world seemed willing to give. Around her, passengers complained. "Can't they shut that kid up? Why bring a baby on a plane? First class, huh, money can't buy manners." Lena stood. The man beside her blinked. Where are you going?" She swallowed. Her heart was pounding. I think I can help." She walked forward, past rows of seats, past curious and irritated stares, until she reached the curtain separating economy from first class. A flight attendant stopped her gently. "Miss, I'm sorry, first class is restricted." Lena looked past her, at the baby thrashing in his father's arms. At Adrian Blackwood's face, tight, helpless, exhausted. "I know how to calm him," Lena said softly. "Please." The attendant hesitated, then glanced at Adrian. He looked back, irritation flashing, until he saw Lena's expression. There was no entitlement there. No expectation, just certainty. "Let her through," Adrian said. Murmurs rippled through the cabin. Lena stepped forward slowly, as if approaching a wild animal. She held out her arms, not grabbing, not rushing. "May I?" she asked. Adrian hesitated. Every instinct screamed no. This was his child, a stranger, a poor girl in worn clothes. The risk was unthinkable, and yet, his son screamed on. Adrian nodded. The moment Oliver was placed in Lena's arms, something changed. She didn't bounce him. She didn't shush loudly. She simply held him close, cheek to his soft hair, and began to hum. It wasn't a song anyone recognized. It was low, uneven, almost broken. A melody born of long nights and borrowed strength. Lena swayed gently, her body moving like memory rather than intention. Oliver's cries softened, then slowed, then stopped. The cabin went silent. Passengers leaned forward, phones hovered, forgotten. Even the flight attendants froze. Oliver hiccuped once, sighed, and fell asleep. Adrian stared. How? His voice cracked before he could stop it. Lena smiled faintly. "My little brother used to cry like that," she said. "Only stopped when I held him this way." She carefully handed Oliver back, as if returning something priceless. "There you go," she whispered. The moment passed. Applause broke out, hesitant at first, then spreading. Someone laughed in disbelief. Someone else wiped their eyes. Lena turned to leave. "Wait," Adrian said, standing. "Please." She paused. "What's your name?" "Lena." "Where are you going, Lena?" She shrugged. "Anywhere that'll take me." Adrian studied her. Not her clothes, not her posture, but the quiet strength that had calmed what his wealth could not. "My assistant can book you a better seat," he said. "Or a hotel. Or..." Lena shook her head. "I didn't do it for that." "I know," Adrian replied. "That's why I'm asking." She hesitated, then said, "I just needed to help." When she returned to her seat, the man beside her whispered, "You're incredible." Lena smiled, small and tired. Up front, Adrian held his sleeping son closer than before. For the first time since his wife had died, since the world had told him money could fix everything, he felt something shift. That night, when the plane landed, Adrian Blackwood made a decision that would change both their lives. But Lena didn't know that yet. She just closed her eyes, humming softly, as the plane touched down, carrying with it the quiet truth that sometimes, the poorest hands hold the richest kind of comfort.